Right, yeah.
Okay, but we will be offering you, the city will be offering you a tent.
Yes.
Shelter, I should say.
Right.
And then they'll probably be taking
but
the tent.
you know what?
But Kevin, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
I'm giving you fair warning, trying to be nice.
You know,
okay?
if you're being nice, then you realize that it shows total discrimination.
Kevin,
No,
actually, you burnt your other place.
no, I did not
I just
burn.
wanted to let
I
you know.
did not burn it down.
You did.
How could I burn it down? No, I got charged with it, but I didn't do it. It's crew theft who broke the law. Paul Keaton was in that room. Paul Keaton left that room, closed the door, and in turn left my dog. So who would have? It would have been Paul Keaton who would have set the place on fire. So what? No, it's not. You cannot impede my attempt to save my own life. Section 262 of the Criminal Code. Anyone who impedes or attempt to impede their attempt.
I'm trying to be nice to you. Okay, stop.
Then get rid of the ban. Get rid of the 500-meter ban, and I can go home. That's all that's stopping me from going home.
Watch yourself with the traffic.
Remember, all that's stopping me from going home is the 500-meter. You're not being nice. You ordered me homeless. Yes, you did.
I'm gonna give you.
But I have a home. I have a home. I'm allowed to go to my home, but because crew theft put a 500-meter ban on it, I'm not allowed to go home. So, what's your name?
It's Sergeant Rod.
And what's your badge number?
738. I'm trying.
And what is his badge number?
11104.
And what is his badge number?
10792.
10792. So under section 262 of the Criminal Code, it says no one can impede or attempt to impede the attempt to save their life or the life of another. So these three officers say that they can impede my attempt to save my life. But that's what you're doing.
You're not involved in that investigation?
You are. Yes, but the fact is, it's impossible. But it's impossible. But you left me to freeze to death. I was able to remove the 500-meter ban, allow me to my home. That's helping. Okay, it's impossible for me to have set my home on fire. It's impossible for me to have killed my cat. I'm the one who pulled the fire alarm, and everything there will show it. But you cannot harass the public. Section 262 of the Criminal Code says anyone who impedes or attempt to impede someone else's attempt to save their life or the life of another is a criminal offense. And we will charge you for criminally impeding my attempt to save my life. And crew theft is guilty of endangering animal and endangering human. So it's saying, yes, my cats died in a room that Paul Keaton was staying in. So Paul Keaton got up, left the room, and I was in the living room while the room was burning. And if I wasn't smoking a cigarette that sets off the smoke sensor, I wouldn't have smelled the electrical. And then when I found out, yes, my living room.
Okay.
And when I yes, so if they do bring the city to remove my tent, we expect criminal charges against these individuals under section 262 of the Criminal Code. And I will be going down tomorrow to a justice of the peace to lay criminal charges against these three badge numbers. Section 262 of the Criminal Code. And we expect Prime Minister Carney, we expect Jagmeet Singh, and we expect Pierre, to enforce the laws of Canada. No one is allowed to impede the attempt of someone to save their lives or the lives of another. And I wouldn't have to be out there in a tent if crew theft and the Toronto police did not attempt to murder me by endangering my life and the life of my animal. We're bringing this to a justice of the peace tomorrow morning at 10 Armory. And at 10 Armory, we expect the courts to respect the law. You cannot have these officers because they laid fake criminal charges that we know has no validation to in turn leave me out on the streets and in turn come and harass me, tell me I can't put up a tent to save my own life. To God be the glory. And this is 43 Division and the attempt of these officers to kill Kevin Clark. Let's go back over here and we'll show you where we're at. Brother, can I get a cigarette, please? I saved your life. So let's go over here. So this is the police now. So the police now, because I'm bringing the public attention, says they're going to have the city come down and take my tent. Now, if it was not for that tent, I would have froze to death. Now, they're going to say that they are going to end up trying to get me placed in a shelter. That's what the last woman said when they came when we were on the inside. So we're going to show you the inside where we were previously. Okay. So And this is also criminal harassment. How can you say that the Toronto police is above the law? No one is above the rule of law in Canada. So let's go. After the Toronto police put me in handcuffs and forced me to, against my will, agree not to go within 500 meters of my own home. So, because I'm on mental health housing, now there's 3 police officers, here's another police vehicle here. And then you have had 3 other vehicles going south. And initially, when we were put on the bank, me and my animal, now there is the 5th. So you had 3 police officers, you had that police vehicle, you had this police vehicle, and you had 4310 and another vehicle going south. And this is one area that's infested with drugs. So you've had 7 police vehicles, about 10 police officers who are here patrolling this one area. No wonder crime is on the rise. Now take a look here. These are all the garbage that I have cleaned up from this area. So what the police intend to do tomorrow is to intend to have the city come and to force to take my possessions away. And we hope Mr. Greco will file, or Mr. Delau will file an injunction. Because this says Toronto World Peace Movement. This says peace and love. As you can see, I cleaned up this area totally. Where this place was a total filth. I cleaned it up. And here's the garbage I have disposed of over here. I've also started cleaning up this area here. And in turn, the police are saying that I am not allowed to have something over my head that will save my life. This is a criminal offense by the Toronto police, and we expect the Attorney General of Ontario and the Canadian government to act immediately. You cannot have the Toronto police putting people in a position to where they would lose their life. And this is the position that I'm being put in by the Toronto police. This tent here saved my life from freezing rain, saved my life from freezing snow. It saved me and my animals. And initially, we were over here. But then about 6 police vehicles came. And these 6 police vehicles told us that we have to go over here. The officer says that she called the number that was on the fence. And the number on the fence gave them who the property owner was. And then they called the property owner to see if they want me on the property. Well, take a look. There's no phone number on the fence. This property owner let happen. I am the one who tied all of these fences for the safety of my animal. And I tied them all up. All of these were broken down. The police never did nothing when all of these were broken down. But as soon as I reinforced them, and as you can see, there's the dog for my hand. As soon as I reinforced them, the police again abuse and obstruct justice by in turn coming in and threaten that they will lock me up for trespassing if I go on that property to save my animal's life and my life. So number one, I am on that property to save my life and the life of another. But in turn, the police came and tried to bully me because it was the police. The police, in turn, working with Toronto Community Housing to protect the corruption in Toronto Community Housing. The police obstruct justice and violate the Canadian Charter of Rights by impeding my attempt and the attempt of another to save the life of themselves and their animal. So in turn, these officers obstruct justice and they endanger my life and endanger the life of my animal. And who are you swearing at, dude? Did you bring me shoes?
Yeah.
Did you bring me shoes? Okay, so stop giving the lip. Okay, okay, I'm left outside to die, okay? And nobody will stand up to the police. Look, everything in these gates I tied up to protect me, and then everyone, you can see all of my ties on out of it. Take it. See all my ties on, everything I tied up. All these fences fell down. And there's nothing on here to show. Nothing on here. So the police were saying that they won't allow me back in my home, which was an electrical fire that burnt down my house. But they want to try and make me a scapegoat to say that it was arson. I had no purpose to have burned down my house. So I can bring me and my animal over here and explain that. And if I had endangered animals, how would the police give me back the same animal that they charged me for endangered? And the only human who was in danger is myself. This, all this says, together we inspire. Kevin Clark. And in turn, we are promoting peace and love. And Toronto World Peace Movement. Question is, will you, as Canadians, allow the Toronto police to murder? Because if I'm not able to cover my head or to go home and I die, that is murder. Currently, it's just attempted murder and obstruction of justice and filing a false police report by the Toronto police in their attempts to silence Mr. Kevin Clark. Let's see what you are about truth.